and welcome to Rolling with Reviews. I'm Will, and with me as always is the deep sea diva herself,
Sarah.
And today we're doing a review of Oceanos. Sarah, tell us a bit about this game.
All right. Oceanos is a card drafting game where you pilot your submarine underwater to find coral reefs, forgotten treasures, various sea life, and don't forget to collect crystals to upgrade your ship. All right, so Will, why did we get this game?
So back when we actually did travel and went to Origins in the deep, deep past, before the COVIDs and everything.
Yeah, I know 2018 does seem quite a ways past.
Yeah, we were staying with friends and they were getting rid of some games, and this one actually sounded interesting. So they said, get it out of here, take it with you.
We fit it in our suitcase going home.
Yes. So that's how we got it.
That's how we got it. All right, so what do we like about the game? I know one of the things I really like is the submarines and the art. I mean, every player gets a unique submarine, and each level of the submarine is slightly different than the previous level. So, I mean, I didn't count how many pieces are in there, but there's what, like 5?
15 per person.
There's 15
because there's 5 different segments,
That's
and
right.
each segment has 3 pieces.
And isn't this played to 5?
4 or 5.
It plays to 5.
Yeah.
So 5 times 15
is
too many.
75.
So there's
unique.
75.
And that's just the submarine.
And that's just submarine. And then all the art on the cards, it's cartoony, underwater, steampunk-like characters. I mean, there's a dolphin blowing on a bubble pipe, and there's different creatures wearing top hats. I mean, the turtle has like, what was it, like some sort of pipe coming out of its back or something, and it's just whimsical. I like it because it's so just light and airy and whimsical.
Yeah, and the thing I like is beyond the aesthetic, art, shaping, and everything like that, the mechanics fit the theme very well, because you go into the sea, you have no idea what you're going to find.
Right.
And that comes through. I have to make tactical decisions based on what I do find.
Yep.
What do I pursue? What do I think will help me the best? And therefore, all my decisions feel very meaningful when it comes to actual scoring. Not that I can plan anything.
No.
But you can't necessarily plan when you're, so many leagues under the sea.
Right. And I think the only part of the theme that doesn't really work for me is how in the world do you upgrade your submarine while you're under the water?
Well, that's because you can only upgrade when you're at the bases.
Oh, that's right.
She's even forgetting the theme.
Oh, geez.
It's all there.
You're right. You go into the base, and that's where it's a big, large, bubbly thing. Okay, I got it now.
Yes.
I'm on the same
And that's
page.
when you cash in the crystals, because that's what gives them the funds to go like, oh, okay, then I can afford to upgrade something when you want to upgrade.
Right.
And you tell them.
Okay, so that works.
It's there. It's there.
It is there. Okay, so that's about what we like about the game. Let's move on to what we don't like about the game. And that's just the sheer randomness undermines any feeling of control or strategy you might want to have with this game. Like Will said, you have to make tactical decisions, which is fine in a lot of games, but with all the different aspects of this game, a lot of it makes you feel like you want to plan and you can't.
Yes. All the telltale marks of, oh, well, I'm going to specialize in this, so I'm going to be really good at scoring this, isn't here because, well, you don't know if you're going to find whatever that is, whether it's a wide variety of sea creatures, whether it's a lot of coral, whether it's plenty of treasure chests. That's a bit out of your hands. So the decisions are meaningful scoring-wise, but they're not meaningful strategy-wise.
Yep.
And that can be very frustrating, especially if you come into this wanting to build a strategy.
Right, and so like one of the most common things is to get better at anything, you have to upgrade your ship. If you, in the first round or so, never get crystal and or never get a base, you can't upgrade anything. There's just nothing you can do.
At the end of a round, it counts as a base.
Yeah, but if you never get a crystal...
Right, you need a crystal at least.
And there were at least one of those games, I never got a crystal for the first round, so I could not upgrade even at the end of that round.
But she always won.
I didn't always win.
I think you won both.
No, you won.
I won the second one?
I thought you won one of them.
I didn't feel like I won them.
That's the other thing that's really weird about the game is we felt like each other was winning at certain points, and you just never knew until the very end.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Which is really great for family weight games.
That's true.
However, this rule set leads us into another thing that I'm not too keen on. It's almost too complex for your average family just to get a game and learn and play. You actually need probably a bit of gaming underneath your belt to understand and not be intimidated by the rules.
Yeah, there's just like one or two too many things to keep track of for your typical more casual family that would play some games but not play a lot. And the aesthetics of this and we even kind of feel it's a little overproduced for the weight of the game. I mean, the fact that you get, 5 unique ships in there. How many did you say? 75 pieces?
75 total pieces for all the different ships.
That's a lot. This box looks like it should be a really big, meaty game, and the weight of what you do is actually still on the lighter side. But because there's so many different things that you do, the rules are a bit more complex. So there's a lot of things where this game feels like it's conflicting with itself to be successful.
Yes. I think it's going to be really hard for it to find its actual audience.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's everything. So I think we should move on to the rating.
Yes. So for our ratings, we each have 1d6 worth of ratings to give. 1 is low, 6 is high. We give a number. Reason why? Add them two together and see what it rolled for us. Sarah, what did Oceanos roll for you?
It rolled a 3. I think this would be really good for a certain type of family, like Will was saying. A family that plays games more regularly, but has like kids, or they want a lighter game, but they still want choices. I mean, this really has to fit a very niche. It's not what I want from the game. I felt very frustrated continually that there's so many things in this game that I want to like, but the randomness just completely undermines it. I mean, even if one of these aspects was somehow removed from the cards, I think it would give me a better sense of enjoyment. Like if upgrading your ship was completely removed from the cards. I don't know how, but just something else. I think that would make that part a little bit better. But even then, there's still so many aspects that are just completely random. So just the drafting, how the drafting works and how you score, it's just very conflicting for me.
I also agree with a 3. The reason being is it comes down to the game. This game is for families who are gamers, who don't mind randomness, and will play with 3 or more players, preferably more. Once you get all those combined, that's the ideal setting for Oceanos. The randomness helps mitigate the skill level differences from young and older players, or more experienced players and less experienced ones. The art is fun and fine, very approachable, very accessible. However, if you're just hardcore gamers, you're going to want more out of this. As Sarah was saying, she wants more control. That's not what this game offers. This game offers opportunities. Opportunities to deal with randomness, and not a great method, just a sort of kind of method. So you have a lot more risk management as to, is this the right time to pull the trigger on this ability, or do this thing, or go after this thing. So because of all of that, it's not a bad game. It's just a very niche game. And that really, really hits the rating for me.
Yeah.
So between the two of us, 6 out of 12 for a rather specific group of people. I think it's going to be great for, but more than most, it's probably something you shouldn't get.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Sadly.
And that's it.
Yes, so that will do it for us here at Rolling with Reviews. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach us on the various social media platforms at
Rolling with 2, that's TWO. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And on YouTube, please like and subscribe.
And we're not just under the sea. We are Rolling with Reviews.